Good afternoon. This is Tony Dattino doing my Monday evening live with Tony. It is so hard for me to believe how fast the weekends go by. It seems to me that I had just done my Friday broadcast like 24 hours ago, and here it is Monday evening. My other half asked me a little while ago, "Are you doing your live with Tony?" Which yes, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And she's like, "Well, it is Monday," and I'm like, "And it is 4 o'clock, so I need to get ready and organize and think about what I wanted to cover." So it's like, wow, it's hard to believe these days go by as quickly as they do. But I wanted to, we've got a presentation that Michael Dattino and I are doing tomorrow with a group of veterans at the Villages, which we're really excited about. And it's a great opportunity. We are doing this as part of something for the Veterans Foundation that exists there in that location. And we're looking forward to a good afternoon we have tomorrow with veterans and what a give back that we can give to them, which would be their mental health. And what can we do to help them with their, have some fun and put them through a couple of simple exercises that I think will be impactful to their thinking and to their well-being as it relates to that. And so I was with our dear friend that we have got in a skilled nursing facility today, and I was taking her through one of the modules that we have in our Maximum Memory Mastery online course, which we will obviously extract a piece of and utilize in the work that we're doing tomorrow, and then another session we're doing with a group of people on Friday. And as I was taking her through it, I had my iPhone out and I was taking her through the slides. And I got to learn a few things watching her do that. And first of all, she wanted to read it for herself. So she wanted to read each of the slides for herself. And as I sat there and listened, I got another second lesson. Her reading of the slide and her ability to process was a little bit slower than my pace of, okay, read the slide, let's make the point, let's do something, and let's move on. And her pace was, let me read the slide, let me read the slide, let me listen to you tell me, which is the narration portion of the online course. And then she had a reflection on what that point, or what the points that were on the slide meant to her. And it was just fascinating because, you know, I'm such an energetic person and I'm like, go, go, go. I'm so used to working in organizations with senior managers, executives, frontline workers, and the pace is go, 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 that here's a woman in a skilled nursing facility, even a skilled nursing facility, who I said, you know what, let me try this out, because I've been watching for her over the last several months over her cognitive well-being. I think I've talked about this on some of my prior Live with Tonys, where when she was on shutdown, right, skilled nursing has been shut down for a good long period of time, and she clearly depressed, clearly was atrophying, stayed in a room and just looked at a television or nothing. And as I've been visiting her now over the last several months, I think today was like maybe my 14th or 15th visit, and I've been watching and giving her something to read, or I want to educate her on something. I'm giving her different things to test, not to test, to help her learn, give her a bit of a challenge, let her give a stretch. And so today I found really interesting walking her through one of the modules in the Maximum Memory Mastery, but walking through it at her pace. At her pace. And so as she would read each of the slides and then reread the slides, I could just see in her eyes, in her face, she was just going at it. She was processing and comprehending, which then allowed me to have a chance to say, so what did you get from that slide? So one slide was, we were talking about the neurons and the firing of cells and the chemical interactions of our brain cells, the chemical nutritional exercise connections. And it made me think of an article I do want to read here before I shut down here tonight, but it made me think of exercise, nutrition, the things we talk about, these 6 elements of brain health, at least 6. And so as she processed that, I said to her, this is why it's important for you to get outside. And then we talk about social interaction. This is why it's important for you to go to some of the activities that they have here, be it the musicians they bring in. Today was bingo that we went out, and I said, look, you don't have to play bingo, but just be there, observe, see how other people are playing, how they're pulling the ball out of the spinner, and just be in the social environment of watching other people. And she really, really enjoyed that. And what I'm seeing along the way is as each visit comes along, I'm seeing her mental capacities coming back to the person I remembered a year ago before the shutdown, where her thinking is sharp. I used these slides to help her generate some of that thinking and give me her feedback on it. And it was fascinating because a couple of times she said, this is amazing information. So that was her key word on several. This is amazing. Now, what was amazing? We were going through the number of brain cells that we have and how those brain cells interconnect electrochemically, how those brain cells then feed our ability to retain, recall information, and then be creative with it. And she just found that was amazing. And her sad part was she said, I've never learned any of this in school. Now, what was interesting about that is her comprehension of that then got to the point which I wanted her to make, which is you're never too old at any age to deem yourself as being, off to the sunset. There's never an age where if you can't continually learn, that you can't continue to grow and enhance your cognitive functions. Given the desire and what the skills are and the coaching and the encouragement to do that. And so I was able to take a few of our slides and tie them back to specific activities in her skilled nursing facility and why getting out of bed is important, why doing some of the leg exercises and trying to reach, get out of bed and stand and use some of the muscles in her legs and things of that sort. Why movement was important, and then her nutritional, the dietitian that comes and what is her food and her menus. And then we went on to a few more slides, and we explained the way the brain learns and how the brain then links and connects and how it makes its associations. And again, this is amazing information. This is amazing material that you've got here. And so we got to a slide where we then were destroying one of the myths. Okay, so now we're going to blow up one of the myths. And the myth that we were talking about is as you get older, you don't necessarily have to give up learning. And she said, well, I don't agree with that. I said, great, why don't you agree with that? And so we had a conversation together on why she thinks that and as she's gotten older, she couldn't learn new things. And the first thing she said, which was sad, is there's nobody that thinks that older people can learn, therefore having a teacher that can have the patience to teach you things doesn't exist. And I said, well, I'm here, and we're going to keep going, so we're going to teach you what's here, and each time I come now, I'm going to take a different piece of the Maximum Memory Mastery online course. I'm then going to take, as we finish the narration of the 6 elements of brain health, and I'm going to teach it to her. And what was interesting is over this past weekend, she had some family visitors, and I got a chance to meet with 4 visitors, 2 sisters and 2 nieces, and started teaching them what some of these. And they were like, God, I could listen to you all afternoon and all night, and unfortunately we have to drive back to South Carolina. But here's the point that I want to make tonight. There is no limits to what we can do, given the desire, the willingness to learn, and then the ability to practice, and then having the right vehicle to help you to do that. And I strongly believe the more I keep reading all my different newsletters, be it the Maximum Mind, Mood, and Memory coming out of Massachusetts, be it the UCLA newsletter that I get, be it the Cleveland Clinic or the Hopkins. I mean, I'm getting these newsletters one after another, and they're all basically saying, my goodness, the elements that we've got in the Maximum Memory Mastery, the elements that we'll have in the new course coming soon, the elements of brain health, are, if we could get more and more people to learn that, as I've said to Michael, we have got the golden opportunity to help people continue to learn throughout their life and make a difference in their mental health and their function. It's exciting, but it's frustrating, because how many people are just so stuck into the belief that they're fixed. So here comes the one that I come out of the current issue. So let me make sure I get this for you. I thought this was fascinating. This is the August 2021 issue of UCLA's Healthy Years. And I just thought this was fascinating. Exercise enhances thinking and memory. Now, we've talked about that umpteen times. Physical activity can improve thinking and memory even if you haven't worked out in a long time, according to a study of older adults. Sounds like who I was talking to today in our skilled nursing facility. Sounds like I'll be talking to a group of seniors tomorrow at the Veterans Association. Researchers have discovered that unconnected portions of the brain become more connected and more flexible as the participants in the study started to move about on a regular basis. Movement, and we say even with COVID, movement. How do you move within your house? Bands, standing on bricks or boxes, just getting up and down. Movement, not sitting down and just relax or staying fixed in a chair. Specifically, the study found that aerobic exercise had a positive influence on the temporal lobe network, one of the earliest brain regions to be affected by Alzheimer's. I mean, this is huge in terms of what they're saying. The study tested the effect of 20-week, twice-weekly dance-based aerobic exercise interventions and compared the outcomes to a non-exercise group. According to the researchers, they found that the exercise provided rehabilitative and protective effects upon the pre-Alzheimer's functions that were not observed in the control group. Moreover, exercise participants improved their ability to learn and retain information, as well as to apply this information in new situations. Everybody's got to read these and know these things and then do something about it. According to the researchers, this kind of thinking tends to diminish with age, but the exercises actually achieved higher test scores compared to when they started the study. Researchers further note that the social connectivity aspect of the group exercise class may have also influenced the outcomes. Maximum Memory Mastery, 6 Keys to Brain Health. As I've said to Michael, we are on the right topics. We're helping people in the right subjects. I had a chance to test that today, and wow, by the time I left the session, what a great difference. By the time I left the relatives in a session we had Sunday afternoon, they were like, Bob, we could listen to you for hours. By the time we get with the seniors tomorrow, we want to make a difference with the veterans that had served our country, and now we can get a chance to pay and serve them. And then we have some groups of people we're doing Thursday and Friday. Making a difference is what we're all about. So please check out the Maximum Memory Mastery online course. We have a great course there. We've got a great one that's coming. I've reviewed all the slides and looked at all the notes you want to make. It is going to be fantastic. And then we've got one on how to become a super learner. That's going to be in on the back end of those, which will make up our whole Brain Power series. So with that, it's Monday evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We've had some thunderstorms here today, and the skies still look a little dark. But looking forward to being safe and not getting out and hit with a bolt of lightning, and checking back in with my Live with Tony audience this coming Wednesday in the 5 o'clock hour.